Surprise! That's right, guys. You asked for me to do a few episodes of Carter's Table Talks Live, and I am here to deliver. So starting this Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, tune in with me right here on IG Live as you're able to have a front row seat to the action. I am so excited to showcase some of your favorite influencers, aspiring entrepreneurs, and curators, and so much more. So guys, you know what? Tune in with me on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. I'm excited. Get ready. All right, guys, let's go ahead and welcome our chef. I need him to send me another request to be live with me, please.
Hey.
How y'all feeling tonight? Thank you. Y'all, I'm in love with the Justin Bieber song. Okay, let me see. I think he just tried to send me. See the wave. I think he just tried to send me a request to add him. Can you hear me? Because I have an idea that you can just stay on Zoom and I can flip the camera.
Okay, yeah, I was on mute, but yeah, that's straight.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna flip the camera. This is an interesting live, Lordy. Hold on. All right, can you guys see him?
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
It is okay. We're gonna try it this way because I do want, like I said, I want the audience to get to know you and who you are in your business, and so we're not gonna let the Instagram live, your dead phone, or anything like that stop the show. So let me know that you guys can still hear him. Can you hear him? All right, go ahead and say something for me.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Yeah.
Okay, great. They said they can hear you.
All right.
Okay, so way to be resourceful. Let me go ahead and put the screen on gallery view and they can see both of us here. Boom. All right. So when you left off, I think you were more so speaking to the vision behind your brand. And someone in the comments said that you want to educate others. Is that the goal?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you want to educate the little ones?
I would love to empower young Black males and females to, learn how to make money, essentially, instead of, I don't know, definitely have a, I'm passionate about a lot of things, honestly, like about photography.
It's so funny when someone asks you to speak your vision out loud, because you sound like you're a visionary. So you can have 1,000 ideas, and when it's time to jot them down on paper, it comes simple. But when you want to talk about it, it's like, where do I start? I want to go here. I want to go there. And it's okay. You might not be able to execute everything at one time, but the fact that you know that you have a vision and a plan, it'll all work out. Like, it'll work itself out. But people usually know just the foundation. Like, I started this business because I wanted to do X, Y, and Z. And as I elevated my brand, I see myself here. So that's more so what I was asking you.
Absolutely.
So thank you for actually being comfortable putting that out there, even though you don't 100% have the vision. And that's what I tell people all the time, is that's totally fine. The truth of the matter is that you've already started. So the seeds are already being planted, and you're going to continue to elevate because you're an amazing chef. While you were gone, people were actually in the comments and they were saying how great of a West Coast chef you were.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Before you left the area. So we are lucky to have you on this side of the world now. And, my goal is to make sure people get to experience your food and your brand. So I just have a question here. So what is it like, dating a chef? So, women go, women love the fact that people can cook. And so when you date a chef, is that something you share in the beginning? Like you put it out there like, hey, I cook. So do you pull out the stops in the beginning, or they have to wait later in the date? Like, do you show off? Let me know.
It depends. It depends on who you're dating and how long you've known this person, I would say. But that's not necessarily, I wouldn't say that's necessarily my first, result.
So you just don't cook for people on a whim, is what you're saying? Even if it's a date. So that's not, so like when you go on an ideal date with your lady in the beginning, it wasn't you cooking the meal. You was still taking her to a restaurant. Or was you in the kitchen? That's the point.
It's a 50-50 with that. I would say it's a 50-50. It depends on the day because on my day off, I don't really want to cook. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
but it really depends on the setting, though. You know, if that's the time, and I don't know, but it depends. It really depends. It's a 50-50 type of deal, I would say.
I don't know, because I feel like if somebody told me they was a chef and then they asked me out on a date, I feel like you have to cook for me. Like, that's just what it is. Like, you're a chef, so you should, pull out the stops and make a meal, make a date. Like, but I get it. But I understand that there's levels, because even with women, like a lot of men said, if they don't find out that a woman can cook until later down the line, because she doesn't show him like all of her gifts and skills in the beginning. So you might not even find out that she can cook until you like 6 months in, because y'all going out to eat, like the process of courting, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that it's the same. Like, definitely, whoever I'm dating, they don't realize, the level of cooking that I do until a little bit later down the line, because it's like, even on a date, I'm gonna probably keep the food pretty simple too. I like to grill, so I might just throw something on the grill, and keep it simple. But but when you actually see me cooking for a wedding, you're like, damn.
Like, he's actually really legit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's a common misconception that people have when hiring a caterer?
The value and the time that we put into our work and our craft. So, it's like I'm a caterer that I don't buy anything prepared or frozen or anything like that. So I spend a lot of time sourcing my ingredients, storing my ingredients, marinating things.
Okay.
And like creating these marinades. So it's like nothing comes out of a bottle and like just like pour it on something. So I spent a lot of time for every element to a dish, which, some people don't. I feel like my clientele understands the value, but it could get lost at times, when people say, hey, I got an event for 100 people, and then you give them a price breakdown. It's some people aren't thinking in that, how many levels like of service it takes to run a wedding for 100 people. So they're like, if it's their first time.
No, I definitely understand, because even with me planning events, sometimes you have a budget, right? You make a budget, and when you think about what the things that you budget for, I think that food obviously should be at the top of the list. But when you think of a chef and you're like, well, I want it to look this way, and then you get the price of the chef, you're kind of like, okay, did I really budget for that? But I thank you for saying that, because I think that it still needs to be a space where, not artists, I was going to say artists, but curators such as yourself are paid what you're worth. Because like you said, the behind the scenes part of it is the fact that you just basically just told me you have a herb garden and that you make your own marinades. So none of this is store bought. It's your specialty and it's your craft.
Yeah.
So I get that 100%. Like, I do think that's something that people don't understand, the amount of time and effort that goes into it, because even though you make it look simple, the process is a little more complex, right?
Absolutely. No, it's fine. I was going to go ahead and join in, but my battery is so in and out, so it's fine.
Yeah, no, we just going to keep it here. I'm multitasking. Somebody actually said, my multitasking skills are immaculate. Thank you guys. We are on Zoom and live at the same time making this work. Thank y'all for being with me. So what type of events do you cater?
We primarily cater, we cater a lot of smaller events, boutique style, 30 to 70 people events. Anything from, like I said, weddings and banquets. I do a lot of yacht parties.
Yacht parties, now those sound lit.
Yeah. So yacht parties are definitely lit. Just across the board, anything that you can think of that requires food, we do it. From breakfast all the way to like desserts. So
what's your favorite type of event to cater?
It would probably be, I love weddings, honestly. It's nothing like a great wedding, but it's like the pressure of it. But like, I love the end result when it's all done, and it's just like, your client's happy and everybody's walking away, and you've met everyone's family. It's like you feel a part of their family at that point when
your moment.
Yeah. So
you think you thrive under pressure?
I do thrive under pressure because I take my craft very seriously. So, um, from the beginning, I'm looking to just blow you away when you know, when you invest into my company, essentially. So,
Okay.
So
So tell me that one story where someone didn't like your food. Because you kept going anyway. But go ahead and tell me that one story where someone just did not like what it was that you were offering.
that one time, I made some crab cakes for one client, and no, I think it was some shrimp. Yeah, she didn't like the shrimp, and yeah, I feel like it was more so just like a sourcing issue. I didn't actually get those from my normal purveyor, so I don't think she was wrong, honestly.
So you thought the shrimp was nasty too?
No, I didn't think they were nasty. I wouldn't have served them if I thought they were nasty. But they weren't, they weren't what she was used to. She's a returning client. She knows my product. So, I served her a different style of shrimp, and she didn't like it. So I honored that, and
I can imagine that's pressure though, right? Like I can imagine that, once you put out a product and it's absolutely amazing, like how does that feel to have to make sure that you top that every time and keep it on the same level?
It's pressure in that area. But the way we do that, I'm more so going into working into scaling our business into, training younger individuals on how to, put out the same quality food that we do. And the way you do that is creating recipes.
Okay.
So typically I don't cook personally off of recipes, but, to get a consistent product, you create recipes. So I'm getting to a point where I'm getting very busy. So I have to have recipes to, get that help that I need and have that consistent product at the same time.
Okay, so that brings me to the next question, because someone has already asked, do you sell recipes? Can we expect like an ebook or anything to come out?
Absolutely.
Or like that? Okay.
I consult for 2 different restaurants right now, and I actually sell those recipes to them, so that they're legitly their recipes. But the 6th Street recipes, the things that you see on our Instagram, those will very soon become a recipe book.
Awesome. So we're able to purchase. So because I just want to know what the recipe was to those lamb chops that you be posting, because they just look so delicious. And I've been thinking about buying lamb chops, but I'm the one who will buy them and don't know how to season them correctly. So I just don't want to go there without a legit recipe. But I'm not the type that takes measurements too. So, but I would appreciate having the option to do so I can make them like yours.
Absolutely. I mean, with lamb, it's a delicate product, but I brine a lot of my meat, so it actually take away that gaminess that you probably want to get away from, just that flavor profile. But brines and seasonings, and using fresh herbs and just a balance. So it's not necessarily one way to cook something.
Okay.
It's more so just tasting your product, just tasting what you can always add more. Chefs always will tell you can always add more. You can never take it away. So.
Okay, I think you turned your camera off, by the way. So I want to just go ahead. Oh, while I have you here really quickly, what's the easiest way to cook a steak? Because I've tried 2 times now, right? And so I've tried on the stovetop, and I'm actually a decent chef in my head, and so I've tried on the.
I see your work.
Exactly. So I've tried on the stove, and then I've tried in the oven, and I just don't feel like it's tender. I don't feel like it's seasoned correctly. I don't know what I'm missing.
So the best way to cook a steak will be, you definitely want to season it. In my eyes, you have to put salt and pepper on steak. Okay. I don't know how you living without salt and pepper, but go get you some kosher salt and pepper, and it'll help you with your steak for sure.
Okay, and then what's the simplest way but still tasty? Like you cook it on the stove or you put it in the oven?
Both. The simplest way is both, honestly, because you want to get a good sear, good color on your steak.
Okay.
Then you want to finish it in the oven. So if you put a good sear on one side and in that hot pan you flip it over and pop it in the oven, the other side, both sides going to get a sear, as long as you leave it in there for about 10 minutes. 10 minutes will if your steak is about an inch thick,
Okay.
it should be about medium, you know? So if you want more, you go, 15, 20 minutes.
And so I really just only need salt and pepper. Or do I need those like steak rubs? You know, the stuff that they be putting in the store.
If you have a great steak, just salt, pepper. And then when you get that good sear on your steak, you add the fresh herbs and garlic in the pan with some butter.
Okay, with some butter.
Yeah, once you get that sear on your steak that you're looking for, that good color, caramelization, you flip it over, add some butter, some thyme, and some garlic. Whatever herbs you got in your fridge, just throw it in there, and then throw it in the oven, for about 10 minutes.
So with all of the marinade, that same marinade, you put that in the oven?
Yeah, all that. Okay. You can baste it. Basically, if you ever see, I don't know, a chef cooking a steak in a pan with butter and herbs, and they're with a spoon and they're like basting the steak, just like basically pouring that butter right over the top of the steak.
Okay.
That helps distribute like all that good flavor. So you don't want to just let it sit there because butter will burn. So you have to add a little bit of oil to the butter to make sure it doesn't burn also. So.
Okay, I'm gonna try that this week. Thank you. I'm gonna try again this week because my steak be dry. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can make everything else, but steak for me seems to be extremely dry, and it's just not where it's at. So I'm gonna try it again the way that you said. So to go ahead and close us out, because I didn't want to keep the people too long, even though we had some technical difficulties. Can you please tell me what is your favorite restaurant? Because I feel like as a chef, you probably feel like your food is what you like the most, but then you also said that you don't like to cook on your off days. So what's your like go-to place or restaurant where you're like, you know what, their food is almost as good as mine. I'll eat there.
See, it's a difference between like a go-to restaurant and like one of my favorite restaurants. One of my favorite restaurants, I don't know, it's not my daily spender, but.
Oh, well, you can break it down. You can break it down for me. You can have your daily spender, like with your top of the line, super fancy, and then you're on the average, maybe on a weekday, still within the budget place.
Okay, so I love Maidon. I don't like that's probably $3 signs, Maidon.
Okay.
DC off of 14th Street. Really good, really great chefs in that building. And then more so, I love Spanish food, Mexican food. So Taco Habanero would be my Taco Habanero or TTT in Silver Spring. I just love tacos.
I love tacos too. I think, and there's so many ways to make a taco. Like I can eat tacos every day.
Exactly. So Taco Habanero on 14th Street also.
Okay.
And Columbia Heights, they're traditional Mexican tacos, and then TTT would be your more, fusion style chef creative taco.
Okay.
And then a little lower than that, I don't know. I just tried.
No, fancier than that. You said those two. Then what's like your top of the line? Like this place is.
Maidon's pretty top of the line. Maidon's top of the line. Okay. Taco Habanero isn't cheap either. Okay. You can go there, have a margarita and tacos, and you're gonna, still spend like $50, not even including your tip. So it's not necessarily cheap, but a more affordable place I would say that I enjoy is my Ethiopian food. And
Ethiopian food. I love it.
Yeah, Ethiopian food in Silver Spring. It's a spot called Sheger Springs.
I feel like Silver Spring has a lot of Ethiopian spots.
Yeah, so you can get lost real quick. So if you don't quote Sheger Springs and the Waze Tibbs, you haven't tried real.
Okay, so you have a recommendation, so like a dish.
Yeah, a Waze Tibbs.
It's called what?
A Waze Tibbs.
And what is that kind of? You mean paint the picture?
That's just it's sauteed steak with Burberry seasoning and onions and jalapenos and tomatoes, and just seasoned up real good. It's like a stew, but it's just beef, tomatoes, and onions and jalapenos.
That sounds delicious. So we do have a question on the table. Someone says, how do you stay current on the new trends in cuisine?
Eating out too much. Yeah, so I eat out too much because when I'm off, I try not to have a dirty kitchen. So, yeah, if I don't have basically just eating out. That's how you stay on top of the trends, just
seeing what the people like.
Instagram, Facebook,
Uh-huh.
all that good stuff.
All right. So I want to say thank you again for joining us. I do apologize that we had some craziness.
I apologize for that. That was definitely my bad.
If I would have known that that was going to happen, I would have just, share the screen like I'm doing now. We're being resourceful, so it's okay.
I I have been running a restaurant all day. This phone's been through a lot today, so.
Well, I definitely appreciate your time. I'm looking forward to these ebooks or these recipe books that are going to come out, because I know that the following here wants to know some recipes so we can get in the kitchen ourselves and make it happen and pretend that we are chefs.
Absolutely. You are chefs. You are whatever you say you are.
Yes. And so, guys, you can go ahead and follow him. You want to go ahead and drop your handles for them, since you're technically not on the live at the moment.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, 6th Street Eats. I was going to actually put it in the comments right now.
Oh, great.
But it's at 6th Street Eats on any social media platform. Well, mainly just Instagram and Facebook. That's where we're at right now. So yeah, on Instagram and Facebook at 6th Street Eats is where you can find us. You can search our website, 6thstreeteats.net, and you can also order any of our dishes right from our website. So check out Saturday deliveries. We have a new dish or a current dish every Saturday. So check that out for Saturday.
I saw that. Is that where you can get the 2 meals, like sometimes two people for $40 or something like that?
Exactly. So we've been doing 2 meals for $40. It's typically been our window for meals for 2. And you can see a lot of things in there, from the lamb chops to the crab cakes.
So are you doing this for Father's Day weekend? Can the people pull up and get anything for Father's Day weekend?
Absolutely. So we will be posting for Father's Day weekend tonight. So look forward to, we're definitely going to be doing lamb rack, and I'm sourcing a good quality steak at the moment. So let's keep an eye out for that.
That's awesome. So ladies, you heard him. If you have any special men in your life who are fathers, please go ahead and connect with 6th Street Eats. You can get them something delicious to eat, and you don't have to cook it in the kitchen yourself. Praise them. Well, thank you. Thank you for your time again. Enjoy your night.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right. Good night.